So, after a absolute flurry of trades from the Vancouver Canucks, I already made a video on the Miller trade, of course. I mean, I had to cover that. Then they went down and did another trade. First off, listen, on this channel, I always give it to you real. This is just my opinion. I didn't like either of the trades for the Canucks. I can forgive the first one simply because I didn't feel like they actually had like a logical choice. The situation became so public and so awkward that it was clearly affecting them in the wrong way, the Vancouver Canucks, that is. I'm not necessarily saying the Vancouver Canucks are going to get all good all of a sudden or anything like that. Although I hope they do. I really hope that they can improve their season. I just really did not like the first trade, but it is what it is. Now we have a second trade, and now we have even more information that's coming out after that. Again, they got Marcus Pettersson. I like Pettersson actually quite a bit. I do not think that they should have given up a first-round pick. He is headed to unrestricted free agency, probably going to walk on them. I really don't like them giving up a first-round pick for him at all. Now, I do understand that the pick was protected by the New York Rangers, and it is a top 13 protection from the New York Rangers. That was actually a pretty smart move by the Rangers, but that's a valuable pick. Like the Rangers will probably end up between 13 to 16. There have been tons of great players to get picked around that, and they got a defenseman that's going to UFA, so they're not even able to keep him around. Well, perhaps they will be able to keep him around. And again, I like Pettersson. I think he's actually a pretty good player, but I probably wouldn't have done that move in my opinion. I want you guys to drop your opinions below on both of those two trades. So the JT Miller blockbuster, and then the other pretty decent sizable trade where they traded that pick and flipped it. Give me your opinions. Tell me what you think, because I'm not a fan of either of them. The first one I can forgive, but whatever. Now, we have a host, an insider of the Canucks, that is saying that the Vancouver Canucks are not done. I kind of like this because I really hope they aren't done. I really hope there's more to come because I think that they still have some, areas that they can improve their team. And the rumor that he's hearing is that they are currently searching for an impact forward. Awesome. That's exactly what you want. They need another impact forward. Because remember, if you get rid of JT Miller, you absolutely need to get another impact forward. You can't just give that guy away and expect to still have as good of a team. Although I like Phil Pedal. He's had injury issues. You never know. Let's hope his concussion issues are fine now. He's been fine for the New York Rangers this year. So let's hope everything works out in the Vancouver Canucks for him. One player that I have looked at for the Canucks that would make a lot of sense would be Norris from the Ottawa Senators. He is really good. Now, that would take a lot to get from the Ottawa Senators, though. You have to remember the Senators are currently in a playoff spot, and they've actually been having a really good season. So it's not that they wouldn't do it. It's just that it would have to be like a proper hockey trade that would genuinely help both sides. Now, if you're going to get Norris off of the Ottawa Senators, you are absolutely going to have to give something up. That is my take on this. You're going to have to entice the Senators to make any trade that's around. Like, they're going to have to say, oh, you know what? It's going to have to perk their ears up, essentially. So I've looked at something like Connor Garland, Joshua, and a decent pick going back to Ottawa. Something like that would probably make sense. Maybe a first or a second round pick going back to Ottawa. I know it seems like a lot, but you guys need to understand Josh Norris is like a really, really good player. Now, I'm not certainly saying that he is an upper echelon type player, like a first line center, but getting any type of center that's locked up on a deal that's cost certain. And let's remember, guys, the cap is going up huge in the next 3 years. So what cap hit Norris is getting right now is going to look unbelievable on the Vancouver Canucks cap in like 2 years or something like that. So this is cost certainty that they would get for a very, very good quality center, which again, I keep on telling you guys, I'm going to be posting all the time in July 1st when the summer rolls around, and some of these contracts that you guys are going to see are going to blow your socks off. I believe that the contracts also would make sense, around 5, around 3 for Joshua, going back the other way, so the cap implications would make logical sense there. For the Ottawa Senators fans that are listening to this, it's true that Joshua's having a bad season this year. Let's remember, I believe he got cancer, actually, and that's what held him out, but obviously, thank goodness that he's going to be all right. I don't think that's, a lot of people are going to look at that player and think, I don't know if I want him. I don't know if I want him. He's a really, really good player, man. Like he can actually play, although he's just had injury issues. When you have a season like this that's thrown you off, I know the Canucks expected a lot more from Joshua, so I'm willing to give him a break. He's actually a player that I kind of wanted the Leafs to go after. I'm kind of glad they didn't this year because he's having like a really, really tough year. Now, if I want from you guys, if this trade were to go down, Norris to the Canucks, what exactly would you look at it as? Like, what exactly would you be willing to give up? And be realistic. Don't just say a bunch of terrible players that Ottawa or Vancouver doesn't want. Make sure the cap implications make sense. Make sure it all makes sense. Make sure you're enticing the other team, not like lowball garbage offers. I try to make offers that I would do make logical sense, that it would perk the other team's ear up, like a serious actual offer, because most teams aren't just going to take your terrible players, right? Now, again, just to end this video off, I am just, man, this season seems to be much more trade heavy, much more rumor heavy, a lot more going on. I hope that once this stuff gets settled for the Vancouver Canucks, they can just move past this. I think they did lose last night, which is unfortunate, but they can just move past this and say, hey, we're past this, we're past the drama, let's just focus on hockey. Hopefully that does logically improve their season. I'm not sure as that it will, but we shall see. Anyways, if you guys can make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that, guys, and make sure to have a great day. Goodbye, guys.